Hey everybody, this is Fred Richani of TSC Gaming, here to give you guys my initial impressions of Assassin's Creed Origins. This game is available on PS4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. We received a review copy courtesy of Ubisoft on PS4. We actually received it on launch day, so giving you guys just my initial impressions of the game. This game is based in ancient Egypt. It was directed by Ashraf Ismail, one of the people behind the critically acclaimed Assassin's Creed Black Flag, arguably the best game in the Assassin's Creed series. And in this game, you do a little bit of everything. You sail, you loot, you level up, and of course, you assassinate. And you play as a gentleman by the name of Bayek, and it's pretty cool because you actually play as an Egyptian guy rather than, say, when you go to a film made by Hollywood that features a white guy that's clearly not Egyptian. And I'm a big history buff. I love ancient Egyptian history. This is a fictional historical game, but there are various elements of Egyptian history and landmarks I think you guys will definitely like. In terms of the graphics, it's nothing better or worse than the usual Assassin's Creed game on this current generation. The Ubisoft water effects are always pretty cool. You'll notice here the interface is a little bit different. The controls are a little bit different. While I got used to the new controls, honestly I felt more comfortable with the alternative controls, which actually is a similar scheme to traditional Assassin's Creed games. And in this game you'll notice too, there's no map. I mean, there's a map when you press the options button, but there's no real map when you're walking around. It's just a HUD that kind of hovers around, and at times it can get a little busy. You could adjust it. Some people may like it, some people may hate it. That's okay, but when you do actually open the map and you look around, you may say to yourself, holy doodle squat, this world is huge, which it is. By far, this is the biggest Assassin's Creed game, and because this is an Assassin's Creed game that has more RPG elements than ever, you better believe you're going to have a lot of exploring to do, a lot of looting to do. I would strongly recommend, based on the few hours I've played this game, to take your time. As for the combat, I'd say it's a little less repetitive than the typical Assassin's Creed. Of course, when you kill enough people, kill enough animals, it's going to get a little repetitive. I would strongly suggest when you get a nice bow, using that in combat. It definitely comes in handy, especially if you get one of those badass precision long-range bows. As far as the story goes, it is kind of hard to follow if you're somebody that's not into ancient Egyptian history. And frankly, I don't think that should be a requirement for any game. You should be able to follow the story. So I'd say a minor complaint initially is you don't really know what's going on if you're not familiar with the background. And granted, this is a fictional historical game. But long story short, you're Bayek, you're trying to protect the kingdom, and you're trying to help everybody because there's chaos with the pharaoh. There's chaos with his sister Cleopatra. You have to worry about Mr. Julius Caesar. Yeah, that Julius Caesar perhaps invading. There is a lot going on, and of course this is based on the origins of everything that went on with the Assassins and the Templars. So I would strongly suggest reading the subtitles, seeing what you can find. There is no codex that tells you the background of Cleopatra or any of these people, whether it be real historical figures or fictional ones that are planted in this story. So that might be a little annoying for some people, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The gameplay. It's not all that bad. The combat system is actually pretty damn smooth. You got some cool heavy attacks, plenty of abilities and weapons to choose from, plenty of materials to craft, especially once you kill a few hyenas or vultures and all that jazz. There's plenty to loot. There's plenty to explore. Another minor complaint I think some people might have, I don't have too much of a complaint with it because I'm just enjoying exploring right now. I felt like there's a lot of wandering, a lot of sand. I mean, there's the desert, of course, and it's just a lot of sand. And there's times where you're just walking through the sand, and there's not a whole lot to find. So you want to keep yourself busy, definitely doing side quests. Get that experience and level up where you can. Like I said before, this is an Assassin's Creed game that is pretty much an RPG, meaning levels matter. And the nice thing about this game is they do tell you straight up, hey, if you're level 3, don't do something that's level 5. If you're level 5, you can do something that's level 4. Eagle vision. It has been replaced by an actual eagle named Sanu. She's pretty tough. She's very aware. So if you want to explore, if you want to see if there's any enemies around, if you're trying to find a target, maybe you're trying to find a chest underwater, and Bayek can't get the job done, you call Sanu, and she will help you hone in on your target. Another thing older Assassin's Creed gamers will appreciate is the fact that when you're riding your camel, it is a hell of a lot easier than it was in the past. I still have nightmares about riding my horse as Connor in Assassin's Creed 3, and that being a glitchy mess. So far, so good when it comes to glitches. Granted, I did get this game at launch. I did download the day 1 patch, and everything seems to be okay so far. But, of course, for our full review, I'll definitely let you know if I run into any issues. So anyway, I gotta say, so far, so good. Good-looking Assassin's Creed game. Love the location. Some pretty strong voiceover work. You have a very likable main character. And most importantly, there's plenty to do in this game. I mean, plenty to do. So if you do get this game, maybe you want to gamefly it or try it out or whatnot, take your time. There's so much to explore. There's so much to learn. And I'm sure as the story unfolds, it's going to get better. At least I hope so. So I'll be doing a full review of this game throughout the week. Once that's up, obviously, I'll keep you guys posted. But how can you stay posted? Well, you can click that subscribe button, enable notifications. We've got all kinds of in-depth game reviews, let's plays, and everything in between. If you enjoyed this first impressions of Assassin's Creed Origins, please also click like. Please also share. Take care. And as always, everybody, enjoy the games.